Respected Shri Sushil Kumar Shindeji, Dr. Advani, Dr. Deshpande, Dr. Kulkarni, Dr. Parikh, and friends, family, guests, students. Natvaham kamaye rajyam, na swargam na punarbhavam, kamaye dukkha taptanam, praninam, arti nashanam. This was a shlok very much liked by my grandfather, our founder, Pujya Shri Karam Shri Bhai Somaiya. And this was what he used to say when he founded Somaiya Ayurvihar. That not does he long for kingdoms, neither does he long for heavens. Instead, what he wants is to be reborn again and again, to serve in a manner in which to remove the sufferings of living beings. He spent so much of his life doing this. Even the resolution which we sign every year as businessmen when we run Godavari sugar mills is to say that the money we earn be used in the service of society, Dharma, Samaj, Rashtra. His work in the Girivanvasi Pragati Mandal, which, sir, you have visited in Danu and you have seen it. He spent a lot of time taking students, bogie loads of students from this campus as volunteers, and took them to various parts of tribal India, to Bagidora, to Amarkantak, to Kukma, to Ranchi, to Surgana, to Samraji. So many places. I was very young. I was 8, 9 or 11 or 12. But I know many people here, my aunts over here, my sister, my cousins, and many students would go there. And we all learned to serve the population who was least served. And if they could not access medicine, he tried to make sure that medicine went close to them. He went to the best doctors of Mumbai. He went to people and we created camps and we tried to serve them. Somaiya Vidya Vihar, similarly, was created to create education opportunity for students, beginning from kindergarten all the way to a PhD. Students of all languages, students from many regions, and we are proud to say that we run schools and vocational centers both in rural and urban India. I'm also proud to say that Dr. Advani is also one of our alumni. Dr. Advani. Medicine for him was, for my grandfather, one of his final projects that he did. Medicine is always personal to us. As Dr. Deshpande says, that medicine is something that touches all of us in a manner in which many other things do not. Ultimately, it deals with life. And medicine is what he wanted to do. He wanted to create Vidya Vihar as an institution that creates not only competent individuals, but also committed individuals, great citizens of the land. And similarly in Somaiya Ayurvihar, he wanted to create great doctors with great knowledge of how to heal, but also great human beings. As Ghalib had once said, "Meri dukh ki dawa kiya kare koi, Ibn Maryam bana kare koi." He wanted to create people in that spirit. And he named this place Somaiya Ayurvihar. Ayurvihar as a place of respect, a place of hope, a place of life, and a place for living. And also he dreamt of creating a hospice, so a place for respectable dying. I first learnt about cancer as a young child when I saw the movie Anand, and in which it said, "Zindagi kaisi hai paheli." And it was through that movie that I understand what the disease is. Cancer disease that affects many among us. I don't think there'll be anyone among us who has not been affected directly or indirectly or through friends, family of cancer. The causes of cancer, the treatments are being studied and addressed. My father, Dr. Somaiya, Shantibai Somaiya, he dreamt of creating a health city. He thought that why shouldn't Mumbai have a complete place where an individual could go find health of world-class quality. And the association with the Asian Institute of Oncology was meant to be an important and first step in the fulfillment of this dream. The directors of the Asian Institute of Oncology are acknowledged to be among the best doctors in this world, and they are also known to be great human beings in the manner in which my grandfather imagined doctors should be. Our collaboration helps create a further new synergy through which Mumbai will get a brand new cancer hospital. We aim to be a world-class hospital, not only in Mumbai, but also to set standards for Asia, India and Asia. In a few years, we will create an independent new building, as is demonstrated over there, to create a new standard of service and care. Our students of Somaiya Ayurvihar, of our medical college, of our nursing college, of our Ayurveda center, will get a chance of exposure in such a manner so that they learn the best of what needs to be taught. And where do we go from here? How do we want to establish and expand the vision that was set before? A vision of development, a vision of education, a vision of healthcare, a vision of research, and a vision of service. As my grandfather often said, na manushat paro dharma. None, no religion, no dharma other than service to humanity. We want to be an independent education institution. We want to be one in which there's great autonomy. We want to be able to teach courses in which students are taught that which is fundamental and also that which is current. In that vein, we have applied for and obtained autonomy for many of our institutions from the universities to which we are affiliated. We have also applied to become a self-financed, our own university. So we have a great freedom and a great integration possibilities to teach what again is fundamental and what is current. We also want education to be interdisciplinary. We want students to get an exposure. If you're a student of medicine, to get a sense of what psychology is. If you're a student of chemistry, to understand also what philosophy is. A few years ago, I was speaking to Sendurai Mani, who used to work in the Weinberg lab, which is a famous lab in MIT on cancer. And he was talking to me as to why can't we create new molecules? Why can't Indian labs, Indian research, create new molecules, discover new molecules? Sitting with him across a dinner table, I said, well, why don't we do it? And I'm very proud to say that over the last 5 years, we have established a lab, and we have filed in the last 1 year 6 new patent applications which talk about the creation and discovery of new molecules, which we hope once it goes into the animal trials and later on as it goes into phase 1, 2, 3, 4, at least one of them becomes something that is good for the treatment of cancer. But it is to say that if we imagine it, we can do it. And I think our dream is to create a world-class institution. For too long, we read about institutions, the top 200 in the world, and we rarely see a comprehensive Indian university anywhere. We keep talking about the Nalanda of the past and the Takshashila, and those are important, and those are necessary, and those are great examples. But I think the time has come. Dr. Deshpande was just telling me this morning that for everything there is a time. And I believe it is the time of India. It is the time of us to create a world-class institution here, as we want to do. We also need to teach in education to be holistic. We're trying to create a great exposure to sports. In the last few years, our students, whether they come from Kopargaon, Warigaon, Dahanu, or I met students in Dahanu who ran a 400-meter race, and they had 3 pairs of shoes between them, Dahanu, Warli children. The first one finished his 100 meters, took out his shoes, gave it to number 4. They won the race, they won the district championship, and they're now competing at the state level. That's the kind of push, that's the kind of drive. We have girls in Kopargaon, and we had a Zilla Adhikari who came recently, and her name was Pallavi Dhatrak. She said that I've seen such a wonderful facility here. I'm a Zilla Adhikari, but I came from such a location. I'm going to come twice a week, and I'm going to teach these girls hockey, and I'm going to see that they come to the national level. This is the opportunity we need to give. And education should also be there to teach to calm the mind. As it was said in the Mahabharata, Mano Yamya na shochanti. If you control the mind, then there is no regret. And we need to teach our children that they must control and calm the mind. Finally, we want to expand healthcare. We have created and shown outside layouts and plans as to how we want to create this institution. For a long time, I used to debate that in what is the sense of, if you were in the US and if you were sick with medicine, you would primarily go to a tertiary health center. You would go to a health center if you're in Boston, you would go to the Dana-Farber if you had cancer. Or if you had some other problems, you might go to the Sloan Kettering institutions. All of them affiliated to medical universities, medical colleges. People who afford it would still choose to go there. In India, we have a different model, that people who afford it go to private or non-profit educational institutions, but they don't go to those affiliated to medical institutions of learning. I think we need to create a model in which the best place to go is such an institution. We must create an institution where everybody thinks that this is the place they should go to. And, you know, deeply, medicine is also ultimately very personal. My father, when he went to Australia, he fell down and he was injured, and he was taken into the Alfred Hospital. And when he was taken to the Alfred Hospital, nobody saw what his insurance policy was, whether he had money in his wallet or anything of the sort. They just took him there. And sorry, that brings a personal commitment that we should also have a trauma center here. And we should also be able to take people, give them the best quality of care. And we should not be able to see, or we should not see how much money they have in their pockets and how much insurance policies they have. And I think it's a deep, as I said, it is a personal commitment, it's a personal cause, and I hope that at Somaiya Ayurvihar we create an institution of that quality where everybody wants to come. Before I end, I want to thank everybody who put this together. It couldn't have happened without the help of all the staff, all our colleagues, all our friends. I want to really thank Sushil Kumar Shindeji for coming. But there's one person I want to really thank. You know, 50th birthday for people will only come once in life. And Aditi Rajani, I don't know where she is, but she came, she's outside, or she's not inside here. But she came, she slept at 5 a.m. yesterday night, got up at 7, and she was back here, and she was here the whole day helping prepare for this event. And I think to celebrate the 50th, your own 50th birthday in service of a particular cause is great, and I want to specially acknowledge with thanks the work she has done. Thank you again. Thank you for coming.